What's good? This is your boy Flashgod. This is Flashgod TV powered by the Bruins' new album, Unfadable, available on all streaming services. So go check it out. I appreciate y'all for sponsoring this show and this episode. But let's get into this. Basically, Mike Tyson got into an altercation with some very intoxicated gentlemen, as you can see. Watching the video, you can basically see Mike Tyson sitting in his seat, just ready to get on the plane and fly, like they say, to Florida. And this guy just basically is behind him talking, but not really making any sense as far as what he's saying to Mike Tyson. I couldn't really make out too much. He said something about, this is your boss, that's my boss. And then his boy said something that I don't know if his boy was a black guy or a white guy, but it sounded racist if it was a white person talking. He says, shoulda never gave you niggas money. And then you hear the guy who got punched basically say peasants, and he's pointing at Mike Tyson. Okay. It's a lot going on there, but just me looking at it, the first thing I thought was, this is a setup. This looks like a setup. I'm sure all celebrities have to deal with this. That's why most celebrities have security or bodyguards around them everywhere they go. If they're getting on an airplane, they got bodyguards with them on the plane, just for idiots like this one, so they can back them up off of them, sit them down and say, chill out. As you can hear, Mike was telling dude to chill out, relax. He's trying to diffuse the situation. Like I said, he's probably trying not to bring too much attention to himself because it's Mike Tyson, but he's trying to just chill out, and the guy is constantly on his back talking. I'm sure there's more to the video also. Another part to this particular story is the fact that a witness said that Mike Tyson was actually being very cordial to these guys prior to the altercation. She basically said he took selfies with the guy, he shook their hands, he was real nice to the guys. And you can even hear the guy that's recording say that Mike Tyson gave them some mushrooms. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but what I do know is that Mike was in San Francisco for the 420 Cannabis Festival at the Golden Gate Park. Or that's just one of the events that he attended during 420, which that was what he was in San Francisco for. I bet it was lit. I bet Mike had a great time, and he was just trying to get to Florida for whatever he had to go to Florida for. And here we go. Here's an altercation. Here's a crazy fan. A few takeaways from this. This is the second incident Mike's had with a crazy belligerent fan, intoxicated fan, in a couple of months. There was a video that came out, I think it was last month, of Mike at a comedy club. He's just sitting there chilling, and a brother just walks up antagonizing Mike, trying to get him to fight, trying to bait him into a fight. Based on the story that I read, the dude was strapped, and Mike was able to diffuse that situation. He went over, dapped the guy up, gave him a hug, but I'm sure Mike deals with this a lot. Yeah, Mike had a temper back in the day. He might swing on you if you provoke him, and he's calmed down a lot recently. People still provoke him. People still go at him. A lot of people still don't like Mike Tyson. Even after he's reformed himself in a lot of ways, Mike will even tell you about the demons that he battled with back in the days, man. That's why I respect Mike Tyson. It started out positive. Mike had to match the energy. And that's what happens a lot of times. We might not be coming into situations thinking it's going to be aggressive or something bad is going to happen, but somebody may be bringing that energy to us, and it just depends on how we feeling that day, what kind of mood we in, if we even got the patience to be bothered, and it looks like Mike had a little patience, but he didn't have much. And like I said, just me watching the video and really listening to the words that's being said, I hear some racist things being said within the video. We all know what words you're not supposed to say and what might get you punched in your mouth. We all know those words. We know what you're not supposed to say. The thing I'm going to say about the gentleman who got punched is, a lot of times this is how it happens. He looks like he had a few too many drinks, and he got real loose at the lips. He thought that he could say what he wanted to say and nothing was going to happen to him. Or he was so drunk that he was like, I'm about to get some money. The mistake that was made was they recorded the whole thing. You know, that was the mistake that was made. He might have been able to sue Mike Tyson if we had not seen that video. At this point, he should be arrested for antagonizing Mike Tyson. There's always a limit for every man at what point we will start defending ourselves. For some people, they got a lot of patience, and you can come at them and come at them and come at them, and they won't come back at you. But for some people, that trigger is very sensitive, man. It ain't gonna take much. And for most brothers, when we dealing with our Caucasian counterparts, if you say that N-word to us in a certain way, that might do it. For whatever reason, Mike felt like he had to defend himself in that situation. This probably happens to Mike all the time, but this was the one that got him. He knew he was being watched. He knew that they had video. He saw the guy with the phone, but everybody has a limit to how much they can take. This guy's heckling him, and he's sitting right behind him on an airplane. Like, what would you do? You know, I feel like we judge these celebrities so harshly, but then we don't ever ask ourselves, what would we do if we were in that same situation? What would I do if somebody was antagonizing me on an airplane and I'm just trying to chill and get where I'm trying to go? What would I do? You know, I don't know if I would have did what Mike did, but it may have happened if he said the wrong words to me. So, of course, this is not a good look for Mike Tyson, but it wasn't his fault 100%. We can clearly see him being provoked. The words that were said before Mike took action was peasant. And the words that were said before he called Mike Tyson a peasant was, shoulda never gave you niggas money. So I can already feel the energy of what's being said without me being there. So Mike, if you had to defend yourself, more power to you. I can't say I wouldn't have done the same. So in this case, man, just a bad situation all the way around. Whenever you have too much alcohol and you got somebody that's too drunk, this may be the result. I think what needed to happen is his homeboy needed to grab him and sit him down and say, chill, bro. You know, Mike gave us a picture. The funniest thing I heard, and I'm going to leave it off on this note, was what his homeboy that was recording said at the end of the video. He basically said, my boy just got beat up by Mike Tyson. He was just trying to get an autograph. I don't know what happened. This is exactly what they would have told the police if it had not been for the video evidence. This is what happens to us a lot. You antagonize me, I defend myself, you get me arrested because you tell the cops that I attacked you. That's what they wanted. That's not what they're gonna get because we all saw the video. Yeah, man, how much can you take? How much can you take? That's the question. If somebody keeps coming at you, how long are you just going to sit back and let it slide? Every day is different. So maybe on some days we got more patience, but then on other days we ain't having it. and apparently on this day, Mike Tyson was not having it. So if you like the video, go ahead and leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Like I said, this episode was brought to you by De Bruin's new album, Unfadable, available on all streaming services. So yeah, on that note, peace out.
Flashgod official.